Hello guys, today we will be looking at the iconic 2011 movie Killer Elite. The film Killer Elite tells the story of an ex-Special Forces operative named Danny who is forced to return to his old life as a killer after his close friend, Hunter, is kidnapped. The film opens with a car chase on the roads of Australia. Danny, the lead character, successfully shoots his target, but to his surprise, there is a kid in the car. Probably, he is the son of the man Danny just assassinated. Danny stands there, aghast. He had just shot dead a father in front of his son. Amidst the shooting and chaos, Danny accidentally gets shot in the arm by his own partner, Hunter. They escape the scene after completing their job. While they are leaving, Danny tells Hunter that he is done with being an assassin and a killer. A year later, he receives a letter with the pictures of his kidnapped friend, Hunter. Danny flies to Oman, where he meets the agent. He tells him that Hunter had signed a $6 million contract for the assassinations of 3 men. But since he failed in job, the employer had to kidnap him. The agent takes Danny to meet the client, who is a wealthy oil merchant named Sheikh Omar. This wealthy sheikh had his 3 sons killed in various battles in the Middle East, and to save his last and the 4th son, he refused to take revenge for his late sons. He was sent into exile because one who refuses to take revenge is considered an outcast in their tribe. Sheikh tells Danny that he has only 6 months of life left with him, and after he dies, he wants his 4th son to go back to his tribe and resume their state of previous power. The 3 assassinations that Hunter was told to conduct were actually of the 3 SAS officers who had killed his 3 sons. Now, since Hunter had been unsuccessful in his contract, he will be kept hostage. Danny will complete the contract in exchange for $6 million and the release of his friend Hunter. Danny tells them he wants to meet his friend, Hunter. Both try to escape from there. They had killed around half of their men, but the son of the sheikh with 2 shooters tells them that they cannot leave this way. Danny leaves to complete the contract. He takes a flight to London. On this flight, he thinks about his life back in Australia with his girlfriend Anne. Danny meets his old accomplices, Meyer and Davies, and tells them the whole situation. Their first target was going to be Stephen Harris. And for the assassination of these 3 SAS officers, both Meyer and Davies will receive $3 million each. Danny and Meyer go to Oman, as their intelligence tells them that Stephen Harris is still living in Oman. Danny breaks into his house and takes some bits and pieces from his bathroom tiles. He will probably use it to shape the assassination to look like an accident. Davies, on the other hand, goes to England to investigate the remaining 3 SAS officers. The word spreads fast, and the head of the SAS, Spike, gets to know that some people are after his officers. Spike talks to his seniors and they allow him to conduct the investigation in whatever way he wants to. Someone tracks Davies from London to Oman as they unite together to kill Harris. Danny had prepared a hammer from the stones similar to the one he took from Harris's bathroom floor. As they are practicing to kill Harris, someone is following them and taking photographs. Soon enough, Danny gets the idea that someone is after them. He runs after the person to kill him, but he escapes and enters a dark cave. Danny, Davies, and Meyer return to their place to plan the assassination. They go to Harris's home and tell him that they want to interview him for a documentary they are making about the wars in the Middle East. He allows them to enter, but finds himself kidnapped. Danny ties him to the chair, Meyer sets up the camera, and then they tell him to confess to the murder of the 3 sons of Omar Sheikh. Then they bring him to the bathroom. After shooting Harris, they bang his head against the floor to make it look like an accident. Spike, after receiving the news of his officer's death, meets with his seniors again and proposes that we need to be more cautious from now on. Davies tells him that their next target, Warwick Craig, has been located. He is in Australia. All 3 of them reach Australia, where they find out that Craig is in a hospital. In the parking lot of the hospital, Spike and Danny meet their eyes. Both of them recognize each other. Spike follows Danny, and Danny lets him chase through the whole city before finally reaching the hospital again. Danny runs into the hospital to kill Warwick, but Spike catches him. Both fight for a long time, after which Danny leaves the hospital, goes to his friends, and tells them to be more cautious as Spike is after their plan. They then relocate Warwick, only to find out that Warwick Craig will be in the military camps. Danny disguises as a military official and enters the camp. He adds some sedative substance in Craig's coffee. The military corps had to go on a hike soon after. While on the freezing hike, Craig begins to lose his consciousness. Danny, who was coming behind him, takes advantage and gets him to record his confession. They kill Craig, but everybody believes that he died due to hypothermia. After the second assassination, Spike talks to his seniors to provide more resources for the security of the SAS officers. But they refuse by saying that they had shut down SAS a long time ago, and now they have nothing to do with the officers and their assassinations. Meanwhile, Danny and his accomplices have found out their next target, Simon McCain. They set up a device in Simon's car. When Simon leaves the next day, they follow him and begin to control his steering. Simon's car hits a truck on the highway and he dies. But Spike's officer is after them. Finally, Spike catches Mier and the fight begins. Both the officer and Mier get killed in the fight. Danny tells Davies to go underground as well, as their job is finished and they are not safe. Davies goes into a hotel where Spike's men catch him. Davies escapes them but gets hit by a truck and dies. Danny goes to Spike and tells him to stop following him now. His business is finished and he will not be assassinating anyone now. Omar Sheikh releases Hunter but tells Danny that they will confirm the identities of the killers and then give them $6 million. Danny goes back to his girlfriend, done with his business, but soon he again receives a call from the Sheikh's son. Sheikh's son says that Stephen Harris had not killed any of his brothers. He will have to make one more assassination to finish the business. The real killer was Fiennes, as he has confessed in his own book. Danny goes to kill Fiennes now, but Spike is keeping an eye on him too. Danny kills Fiennes and runs, but Spike follows him. Danny gets caught. He tells everything to Spike. As Spike listens and understands Danny, another man from the Secret Service finds them. He holds both Spike and Danny hostages and tells them surprising things. He says that the Sheikh's son will get an oil well after all the killers have been assassinated. And then he will collaborate with the English government. It turns out that the government and the Sheikh's son had joined hands and now they wanted to kill Danny, Spike, and everything related to the case. So they go after Danny's girlfriend in Paris. But Hunter is there to protect her. The agent plans to kill Anne, but is himself killed by Hunter. Finally, Spike reaches the Sheikh and kills him saying, "Because of your stubbornness, I have lost 4 of my hardworking officers." Spike takes the $6 million and leaves. But Danny and Hunter are also there to follow him. They take a few thousands of dollars for their expenses and leave Spike alone. Danny goes to his girlfriend and both could be seen very happy to finally see each other again. Will he continue to live life as a killer, or will he leave that world behind and start a new life? The film leaves that question up to the viewer's interpretation.